Hello, and welcome to the Sugarside Podcast. That's as much energy as I have today, buddy. I'm just
Hey,
kidding.
man.
Hi, welcome in to the Sugarside Podcast. My name is Garrett, and today I'm joined, as always, by the beautiful, the magnificent, the... Gosh, I gotta think of three things before I actually do this.
Wow.
Every
Can't
single
even think
time.
of three things. You think
No,
somebody likes you, you think they know you, and they just really don't.
it's only been 25 years. You would think I'd have one more synonym in me, but I don't. Trey,
Just not
how are you
today.
doing, my friend? How are you?
You know what, man? I respect the amount of energy that you're trying to bring. If I sound a little nasally, ladies and gentlemen, I caught the cold that's going around right now. Today's been the best day so far, but it's been kicking my butt a little bit. I do love, though, that through that entire intro, as much as you tried to open your eyes, there were like twice as many blinks as normal because they would flash open and then go back to where they naturally want to sit. So I feel
For
that
me to get through the
wholeheartedly.
podcast today, this might be just how I have to look. This is just
The whole time, no matter what you're
the whole
talking
time.
about.
Oh,
That's funny,
gosh.
man. No, I'm doing good. As always, I'm excited to be here, and all the energy I have for the rest of the day is going to this podcast. So I hope all of you out there appreciate it. Because we're pushing through, and I'm sure you guys are too. So, my friend, my buddy, my brother,
Hey,
you,
before we jump into it, I
what's
need
up?
to just throw this out here, which is I did a bad thing, Trey.
Oh,
I did a bad thing.
a bad thing. Okay, what you got?
Trey, how would you describe my relationship with Overwatch?
Now or
Well,
all time?
all time.
I don't know if people have really caught on this podcast when you talk about games how in depth your relationship with pretty much every game you've ever played is. But even as your friend for 25 years, I still question how you have the time to have
Yeah,
the relationship
sure.
that you do. And Overwatch
Uh-huh.
definitely falls into that category of one of those games that when you really like a game, it's most of your life and most of your time for the time that you play it.
I played Overwatch pretty consistently since it launched in 2016 up until like 2020 something. But it was already Overwatch 2 by the time that I was like, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
I never uninstalled it from my computer though. And the other day, Overwatch came out with a massive update. They're adding like 10 new heroes, all this like fun
Wow.
stuff. They dropped the 2. It's cleaner now. It's just Overwatch.
It's just Overwatch again.
And just Overwatch again. And so I did a bad thing, and I've been playing a lot of Overwatch again. And I definitely am sitting there regretting my decisions because I'm like, oh man. What's awesome is that because this like update is pretty cool, it's bringing in a lot of new players. And my account is goated. I have so many skins and emotes for every single character. Like I've got stuff from the good old days that are still on my account. If I could sell my account, it would be worth like thousands of dollars probably.
Wow.
So it is kind of fun to get in and everyone's like, holy shit, like, who's this guy?
And you're like, yeah,
I've been here since the beginning. Yeah, exactly. And then, but that does kind of out me for being a 30-year-old man instead of like some young buck new to the game. It's like, no, I've don't quote the old magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, how old were you in 2016? That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, some of these kids are like, I was born in 2016.
Right.
Yeah, get off. But yeah, no, I just wanted to throw that out there that I'm going down a path that I didn't want to.
Isn't it so interesting too that it's 10 years after 2016 and the Overwatch creators were probably like, how do we get them back? And they're like,
They
I know
they
exactly what to do.
the only thing that was short was that they should have brought Jeff Kaplan back. That would have been hilarious. Just just been like, and he's back. It's Jeff. We're paying him half the salary that we did the first time, but he's back. I'd be holy shit. The cancer's really settling in.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh
I don't
man,
know
I'm
if
gonna
that's
have
the
to
side of our
cut that
humor we're
compliment
ready
with
to
so
put.
many
Yeah.
times.
That was the side of our humor we're ready to bring on the podcast. Yeah.
All right, that's all I want to throw out there. I'm ready to move on.
All right, my friend. Well, with that being said, from probably, gosh, the first 3 or 4 episodes, we've brought up a movie series called Becky from our most consistent commenter and watcher, and with the agreement that we would watch this movie. And unfortunately, I haven't gotten to them yet, but you finally did, and you wanted to start with your review of Becky and Return of Becky. So why don't we jump into
It's
that?
the wrath of Becky,
I'm
Tre. What a
so
fake
sorry.
fan. What a fake fan. It's Becky and the wrath of
The
Becky,
wrath of
okay?
Becky. Much more
Let me just say
intimidating.
this, okay? Um, I don't know. I was expecting to watch the first Becky and then like live my life and then watch the second movie later.
Mm-hmm.
I watched these movies back to back.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Uh, okay, so first of all, Scrog, our most faithful commenter,
Mm-hmm.
uh, was like really kind of like positioning these movies as like a don't be harsh on these movies, like they're just fun and all that, whatever. Like don't be mean, okay? Like
I'm gonna show you these movies, and you better say something nice.
Scrog, dude, I have watched every single one of the horrible Bruce Willis movies that came out well past his prime, okay? I am like beyond the veil of bad movies, okay? Like I have a library that you would never go near of bad movies, okay? Now, were these movies incredible? No, but they definitely exceeded my expectations. I thought I went in thinking that they were going to be funny bad. And they were like real movies.
So,
you know what
for
I mean?
those who haven't watched them, including myself, can you give us just like a short synopsis-esque piece on what we're talking about, what we're expecting with Becky?
Yeah, Becky, if I had to sum it up, like, is a teenage girl murder spree. Like, it's I'll get more into it in a second, okay? But first
Okay.
I want to say there are many tells to when a movie is going to be funny bad. And when this movie started, I was like, I'm ready. Because one of the big tells is when a movie has like 20 different production companies. Like that Family Guy bit where it's like the like opening credits and it's like, oh yeah, okay, the movie's starting. Okay, the movie's
Okay,
starting.
yeah.
It's a production logo every
Yeah.
single time. Yeah, no, there's at least 5 minutes of opening production companies that worked on the movie, which is usually a sign that it's going to be a train wreck, okay?
Definitely. Yeah.
So I was getting ready for that. It wasn't a train wreck. It was well made. Like it was filmed well, uh paced well. I appreciate that these movies are like an hour and 20 minutes. Like, if you were to take this concept and be like, it's a 2.5 hour long epic journey for Becky, then no, I would not
You wouldn't
be
go
into
there.
it. So the first Becky is very different than the Wrath of Becky, okay? The first Becky is a little bit like darker. And I say that like in its content and in its filmmaking. Okay? Like
Okay.
it's got like a color grading on it. It's a darker movie. to visually and like its story. Okay, the first of all, the poster has Kevin James on it, and I was like, Kevin James is in this movie. Okay, Kevin James. And then it took me like a solid like 3 minutes to put together who Kevin James was in this movie, because the movie starts with like this bald guy in prison where you only follow him from behind, and he's got a massive swastika tattooed on the back of his head. And then I realized, I was like, oh shit, that's gonna be Kevin James. And lo and behold, our neo-Nazi of the movie is Kevin James.
Is the mall cop. Got it.
And so the first Becky is about her and her dad going to a cabin in the woods, their like family vacation home. That's another good tell, by the way. If a movie is cheap and shitty and bad, it's set in the woods.
Right.
Because it's free to film there.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. That is like, I mean, but that goes for all sorts of independent movies. I mean, Blair Witch Project was one of those that was just filmed in the woods, and that's a great movie.
Right.
So,
right.
Anyway, and then the neo-Nazis kill her dad. So it's like a John Wick kind of setup. Now, here's what I appreciated the most about the first Becky, and this is like the sentence that I had in my head as soon as I started watching it, was I appreciated getting to see Paul Blart be on the other side of getting blarted. Because Paul Blart is Die Hard and Becky is Die Hard. It's just Die Hard because it's her alone taking out each of these neo-Nazis like in creative ways.
Right.
Some of these deaths were fucking horrific, by the way. The one guy who gets chopped to little pieces from the boat propeller, I was like, I'm gonna fucking vomit. Like that was really grotesque. No, but so the first Becky, I would say, like, wasn't as much fun as the second one, but it was still good because like the deaths were really brutal, the effects were really in there, like the gore effects were real. Kevin James, she stabs him in the eye, and there's this one part where, and this was built up for me. I thought it was going to be funnier than it was, but it ended up just being kind of gross, and I was like, that's just not for me. His eyeball is hanging out of his socket by like the like cord, like you know what it, I don't know, the optical nerve, whatever it is, and he's like, cut it off, and his neo-Nazi friend comes with like child safety scissors to cut it off, and it won't cut, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And so then he takes a knife and he cuts it off himself. But so like the safety scissors part was funny, but like the effects and blood and gore are just not usually for me. So I was like, I get that it was supposed to be funny, but it ended up being just kind of gross for me. The second movie, I'll get on. I'll keep my reviews pretty short just because like these movies are fun. If you want to watch them, I would actually say go watch them. Like they're not bad enough for me to say don't watch them, but they're not great enough for me to be like, you gotta go see this right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you want to, I don't know, get drunk and have fun with your friends or whatever, this would probably be a good time. Kevin James at the end, spoiler alert, sorry, I'm gonna talk about this one last death because the effects, again, like, are pretty good. She runs him over with like a lawnmower and it's over his face.
Oh my god.
And so by the time she's done chugging along, because the lawnmower at one point is like, because it's like getting over his head.
Okay,
by the time it's off, like half of his head is missing, and it's just like like innards. It was
wow.
Yeah. You know what? The second movie might be more fun, but like the gore and effects in the first one are probably better. Yeah, so let me go on to Wrath of Becky. Wrath of Becky, on the other hand, is way more like pop and colorful and like kind of reminded me of Kick-Ass
Okay. Yeah.
or like a Scott Pilgrim, you know?
Mhm.
Way more colorful, a lot like more music in it. Uh she's not killing neo-Nazis in this one, but she's killing like alt-right extreme terrorists. Everyone wants to fuck with Becky, dude. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is,
I
but
was gonna
like leave
say,
her
like,
alone.
after your summary of the first one, I'm kind of like, how do you set up a sequel to that? But I
Yeah, well,
you
she's
know.
an orphan at that point, and so she's, like, living with this lady that took her in, and then they break into the house and they kill the old lady. It's like they have to set up the John Wick they have to
Right.
set up the John
Somehow,
Wick
some way,
beginning on
and it
every
just
movie.
so happens to be the same girl.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
none the wiser that they just pissed off Becky, hence
yeah,
the
exactly.
wrath
You
of
don't
Becky.
wanna piss off Becky. Um, and what's really funny is that we're gonna start talking about Begonia, spoiler alert, after this,
Mhm.
and I put together, like, a lot of parallels between the wrath of Becky and Begonia, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah, interesting. I'm, like,
Yeah,
extra interested now knowing a little bit about what Becky is about.
yeah.
I'm more confused yet, more excited to see where these connections and parallels come from.
I'll get into that more when we talk about Begonia. But the second one, um, I thought was more like fun. Uh, it felt really quick. There were maybe that was my only problem with it was like some of the deaths kind of happened like almost nonchalantly.
Mm,
Uh, and so that's why I'm saying, like, maybe the deaths were better in the first one because, like, at least it was, like, always long, drawn out, horrific ways to die.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
some
yeah.
of these were, like, pretty quick.
Got it.
Um, yeah, but this one's more fun. She's got, like, little fantasy things that happen where it's like, "Ah, that didn't happen, but, like, this happened," or whatever, and, like, I don't know. I will say, it does not matter what movie it is. It could be an Oscar award-winning movie. I really don't like narration or, like, anything like that where it's, like, a cut like, the movie literally started Wrath of Becky with, like, "I bet you're wondering how I got here." I hate that. I always hate that, okay? It doesn't matter what movie it is, okay? It just so happened to be in Becky, and I don't like that at all, and so when those moments happened, and she was like, "Haha, JK," uh, I wish that they had just been, like, a cut back to her, like, don't like blanking or something, and I would you're an audience member, you can put it together that that
Yeah,
didn't happen,
right.
right?
You don't have to say that. I mean, it does go. Was that just the Wrath of Becky, or is that the
Yeah,
original Becky
that
also?
was, like, just The Wrath of Becky. They're,
That
like, very different
I
movies.
was gonna say, it sounds like they were trying to fit more into that like poppy, colorful, like teehee type of theme. I wonder what the general response to the first one was that drove them to change the second one thematically, at least that way. Like, I wonder if they got more of a negative response to the more like drawn out, like horrific deaths to where they're like, okay, we need to lighten this up a little bit and like make it
Yeah,
a
I don't know.
little funnier. Because that
Dude, I
seems like a
should have
really
actually done
interesting
my homework,
change.
by the way. I
What
should have
happened?
done my homework.
Yeah,
I should have
yeah,
done
yeah,
my
yeah.
homework because The Wrath of Becky in the opening credits, it says, like, based on characters made by blah, 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 and I'm like, Is this a comic book? Is this a graphic novel?" Like, I don't
Oh,
know. I should have
yeah.
done my homework
Did
before
the
the
first
pod,
Becky
but
say
before I
that?
started talking about it.
Did the first
Huh?
Becky say that? Or just the Wrath of Becky?
It could've, and I just didn't, like, catch it, but I did catch it on The Wrath of Becky, I saw it.
Well, now we have to look into that. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I
See if
need
it
to
was a
I'll
graphic
do my
novel first.
homework and see if it's based off of anything like,
Mhm.
a graphic novel, like and maybe that's why Wrath of Becky reminded me more of, like, Kick-Ass because
Right.
that's the comics and,
Yeah, that would make a lot more
uh
sense why they would go that direction with it,
yeah,
more than the first one. But yeah, sounds
but,
good,
I
man.
mean,
And I'm
that's
glad
pretty
it
much
wasn't
what
as
I
bad as
have
we
to say
thought.
about the Becky movies is that, like, if you just wanna watch, like, assholes die, go for it, like,
Yeah.
I'm always down to watch Nazis die. Always down for that, okay?
Always
Ever since I
down for
was a
that.
kid, Indiana Jones, I've been yeah, let's get 'em all out.
That's always on the watch list. Well, Scrog, we got to it. We covered it.
Well, I did.
You did. I say we, it's still on our podcast. You did. Um, and I'm glad it exceeded your expectations and it wasn't as bad as you thought it was going to be.
Well, yeah, like, if it had gone in this direction where it's funny bad, like, so
Mhm.
bad it's funny, I would still say it's worth watching and good, like,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
like watching funny bad. But it wasn't funny bad, it ended up being, like, more of a real movie, which is why I would say it's probably, like, right in the middle.
Like dead
It's just
center.
kind of like a mid good time, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I
So
wish I wish I had, had some whiskey. That would've definitely made the movie better.
totally. No, I could totally see that. Um, okay. So, audience, as you know, we are planning to cover the Oscars in about a month or so. And so we said that we were going to watch some movies that are up for some awards so that as the show happens, we are prepared for our takes on these movies. And one of those is Begonia. So we both watched Begonia and we can kind of get into that first, and Garrett can start to tie in how it relates to Becky.
The Wrath of
But the
Becky.
Wrath of Becky, man. I'm excited to see these parallels. But let's jump into Begonia. So, my friend, what did you think of Begonia? First thought.
Uh, First, what is it nominated for again? It's up
Mm,
for Best Picture, isn't it?
I think so. Let me see. I can look it
Well,
up right now, but I'm pretty
anything
sure it
that
was
was
up for
made
Best
this year
Picture.
was up for Best Picture.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. I don't think, and that was mostly what we were paying attention to last time too, outside of just looking at what all the things that Sinners is up for. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's in the Best Picture category, which, not to give my opinion away too quickly, is a little nuts.
No,
A
I'm
lot
gonna
of
give
nuts.
my opinion right now, which is that I don't know how this movie is nominated for fucking anything.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna win anything.
no, I really doubt that it's going to win anything.
Yeah, I agree. It was one of those things where, uh, you know, I can't believe that they got through the table read and the actors and actresses were like, "Hell yeah." Like, like, I it's a really odd one, and I think it was a cool concept. So, for those who don't know, we're gonna get into spoilers in a second if you guys wanna watch it, but for those who don't know, it's essentially about 2 guys, one in particular, who believes that the Earth is being slowly taken over and attacked by a race of aliens, and he has discovered how to tell who are aliens and who are not, and he has a plan to take these aliens off of Earth and save the planet, essentially. And Emma Stone is his next target as the alien or suspected alien. And with that alone, you can imagine all the different ways that this movie could have gone.
Yeah, so, like, if you just say the premise, which we did, we said the premise was that they kidnap her because they think she's an alien, and both of us said, "I'm in." Because, like, that's, like, a interesting hook. That's
Yeah,
definitely an interesting hook.
for sure. And I didn't know a lot of what was going to happen going into it, but like you said, just that premise alone, I was like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah,
And I like Emma Stone movies most of the time. I like her as an actress most of the time. And I felt like this was a different vibe for her too. So I was
yeah.
also like, okay, let's see her do something different. I thought that'd be a lot of fun. And, you know, overall, I didn't hate it throughout. It kept me entertained at least to kind of see how it was going to go. And I guess we'll get more into spoilers now. So alert on that. But I just feel like, the tug and pull and back and forth between Evan Stone and the main guy was interesting to watch. It was
Yeah, his name
interesting.
is Jesse Plemons, by the way, and, I don't think that he got nominated, which is crazy because
He
I would actually say he did a better job in this movie than Emma Stone.
I wouldn't disagree with that. And it's funny you
Yeah,
say that because I did Google the Begonia Oscar nominations, and they are as follows. They are Best Picture, Best Actress, Best Adapted Screenplay. So I guess this was a play first, and then Best Original Score, which I also think is kind of nuts because the music didn't stick out to me in this movie at all.
No,
I
dude,
mean,
the music, if anything, is just those, like, typical, like,
yeah,
"Bwam"
right, right,
moments
right.
when, like, something, like, crazy
Yeah,
happens.
or to set a new scene, but I feel like that's so common in these, like,
Yeah.
real life thriller type of movies, like, that's not a new thing that's gonna stick out to
No,
you
now I'm
anymore.
100% certain that they're not gonna win anything.
Me too. Me too. No, and but to your point, Emma Stone did a great job. I thought she played
Yeah,
a really good
she did, yeah.
character. I liked her throughout the movie. I liked her keeping calm throughout the movie. And, again, it really added to this interrogation feel of him trying to prove that she's an alien and getting her to admit it and all the torturous stuff that he did to her and her having to keep her cool throughout it and weasel her way into escaping. It was really good. But I feel like he did a better job. He was a
Yeah.
much more interesting character to watch because he's obviously out of his mind and yet right
But he's
at the same
I'm
time.
okay, well, let's go into the spoilers, okay?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
people. I have to for me to have a proper rant on this movie, you need to know my feelings on the ending, so I'm
Yeah,
going to spoil
we're
this
going there. Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
it affects the rest of the movie.
It
So
affects the
I'm go
rest of the movie for sure.
so I'm gonna go into spoilers here, which is at the end, they reveal that Emma Stone really was an alien the
And
entire time,
he was right all
okay?
along. He was right all along.
That,
Oh,
like, ruins the rest of the movie for me, dude, because
yeah.
there were a lot of good moments where I was like, "She kinda could be an alien." And, like,
Mhm.
but if the movie ended in a way where you never found out, then it's up to you to determine, was he crazy the whole time
Right.
or this? And so when he gets exploded, okay,
Mhm.
and then she is an alien, and so then it comes to light that he's validated the whole time, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "That is not the kind of person that should get that kind of validation."
No, he's
Like,
He's validated and he's right, and, like, the details, like, did you catch that when it zoomed out to their ship, it was the exact
it
drawing he
it
had
was
in
the
his
exact
fucking room?
script that
Like,
he had drawn
he
and
knew
rendered on his
everything.
computer.
He
No,
knew
he was right
everything.
about everything. Everything. And that is insane.
No,
That
it's
is
actually
insane to
nuts.
me.
The one thing
This
that
movie would have been way better if you never found out
No,
if
for
she was an
sure.
alien or not, if you ask me.
And, like, okay,
Ah,
so the one thing that he's wrong about is that she's the Empress. I was like, "Come on, for real?
no,
Why
he
would
was
you?"
right about that. He was right about that because remember he electrocutes her and then he goes like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't know that you're not just like some Andromedon. You're royal."
Yeah, he
He
said that she was related to the Empress, but it seemed like there was no one else but her when she got up there, because everyone else was, like, her servant, and she had, like, the crown on,
she did
and I'm
make the final call to like destroy the earth.
right, so
So,
I'm like, "You would send your Empress to Earth? That's your plan? Like, why
yeah,
would you do that? That's fucking
that would
weird.
be crazy.
That'd be
Yeah, I
crazy. Because what if she did die? She almost died, like, 8 times. Like like, what happens
gosh.
then?"
But, like, you know that scene where he gets back from the hospital after killing his mom?
Dude,
There are so many things out of context that are crazy
listen,
to say in this movie.
listen, y'all gotta go watch it. I know we're spoiling it, but so that we don't look like psychopaths, you
Yeah,
need to go watch this
I
movie so you
I
understand
feel
what
like
we're
a
talking
crazy
about.
person talking about
No,
this movie right now.
no,
Um,
wait, I'm so sorry. Pre-killing his mom scene, right? I laughed out loud when she was like, "The yellow jug in my car is gonna say antifreeze, ignore the label. That's not what it is." And I was like, please don't do
please don't do it. Yeah, I know.
that, please.
But, I mean, he was right about everything, so maybe
Every
he
single
was, like,
thing.
gonna believe that he
Yeah.
was telling the truth about a cure. Anyway, so when he gets back to the basement after killing his mom, and she's out of her chains,
Mhm.
uh, and then she does that awesome monologue where she
Mhm.
gives the entire history
Of the
of the
earth.
aliens'
Yeah.
like, relationship with Earth, okay? I thought that she was fucking with him. I thought that she went into like, kill room that he had back there and read what he had written down to
Mm.
say that to him, to fuck with him, to get to, like, to get him to take her back to work,
And
like, what happened.
I
You know,
didn't
like,
think
exactly what
yeah,
happened, but with the different kind of, like, motivation behind it. I thought that she was
100%.
fucking with him, but it
I
was true!
Funny enough, I thought that later. So I
Oh, okay.
believed her up until she was in the office fucking with her calculator, and I thought she was just trying to buy time for people outside of the office
To
to
help.
see what was happening, and then the police were gonna barge in, and she was just buying, like, the last 30 seconds, and that's why she's like, "Sorry, it's a slow connection," and I'm like, "Holy shit, he's gonna blow her head off," because she like, her gimmick is done, like, the jig is up, and then she comes up with the closet bit, and I'm kind of like, there's no way you're gonna have enough time to move that couch before he gets out of that closet door. Like, I was like, you need one more step to this plan if your plan is to just leave him in there and somehow make it out of that office. And then he explodes, and I was like, holy shit. Like, did she just luck out?
No, dude, as soon as he exploded, I was like, "It's real. It's real." Because that's what made him explode, was that he was gonna get teleported and it triggered his bomb.
Okay.
As soon as Yeah, and then the police come in and they're like, "Yeah, this happens a lot with homemade
Yeah,
bombs, whatever,
ruffled his
whatever."
shirt.
But
Yeah,
as
yeah,
soon
yeah.
as it happened in the closet, I was like, "No, that the teleporter triggered his bomb and killed him, and she knew that was gonna happen, that's why she was backing away.
Got
She
it.
killed him on purpose."
But then it's like, why okay, like, knowing now that that it was real, right? And he was right about
It was
everything.
real. It was real,
Obviously,
guys.
it was real. Like, she found out he had the bomb late because he showed it to her, and he was like, "I just
Yeah,
wanna be
sure.
transparent," right? What was her plan?
I don't
Just
know,
to, like,
maybe to
send him up
actually
there,
send him up there
and
and
then he
just have
just
him
gets, like,
killed on
fucking
the other end.
right. Like, was that the plan? Was just, like, her servants would just beat the shit out of him? Like, I was kinda like, if she was real, why would she do that? And then to see that she was, I was like, "Holy shit, why was she taking him up there?"
Well,
Like
remember right before he gets in the teleporter, he's like, "Oh, I need my oxygen tank."
and she's like, "There'll be
And she's like,
oxygen."
"Oh, there'll be oxygen there." What if there wasn't? And that was her plan, was just send him up there and let him suffocate.
It could have been. It definitely could have
Yeah, I
been.
don't know, but,
She
no, man, I
also
don't know. There were so many ambiguous things leading up to the ending that were interesting.
yeah,
Like,
for sure.
when she's talking to Dawn, and she's
Mhm.
trying to get him to free her, and you see, like, little effects happening around Dawn. That could when I saw that, I was like, "That could either be psychic energy that she's doing because she's
Yeah,
an alien,
yeah,
or Dawn is already, like, mentally handicapped. That could just be a visual representation of him struggling with his mental illness and the
right,
fact that he just got chemically castrated."
right,
Like,
yeah.
uh, so, like, that was a really interesting scene to me because I was like trying to figure out if she was an alien or not.
No,
So
it
when
was
you blow your load at the end of the movie and say, "Nope, she was an alien," it kills the rest of the
no,
movie for me, dude.
I agree 100%. I mean, if you couldn't tell already, ladies and gentlemen, the buildup is really good. There's a lot of
I
scenes
would
that
say
make you
so.
go
I would
back
say
and
the
forth.
buildup was pretty interesting.
I enjoyed it a lot. Did you catch when she almost broke character when they go back downstairs and Dawn's laying on the floor? I don't know if she
Oh,
intentionally do this, but he trips over Dawn's head in the middle
yeah.
of her monologue, and she goes, "Oh," and I was
Yep.
like, "Wait, there's no way she was supposed to do that." Or like, why did she react to that?
So so that was also something that was interesting to me is that Don blows his head off,
Mhm,
in that scene.
mhm.
Did did she do that? Did she do that to him?
She might have. I mean, but like remotely, I guess. If we're, I mean, because the bomb we're saying is from him being beamed up, but like maybe she
Yeah.
had the power, and maybe that
The psychic
energy you
thing
see
to
around his
control
head
him enough
was
to do it.
that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if it would go more into the idea that what you see around Dawn is her and her psychic
Yeah.
energy. And then you
Trying
could
to
lean into
attack
that
him,
and be like,
whatever.
he made her do that. Because, like, I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, could Don have just truly had a psychotic break and panicked because he knew the police officer was upstairs and done it himself? Yeah, but in the moment, I was kind of shocked that he did that.
Dude, what
I
did that police officer do to Jesse Plemons, by the way? He kept apologizing for what he did to him, and I'm like, "Did he diddle this guy, or,
I'm
like, what's
I'm
going
pretty
on?"
sure he did because the first thing he says when he pulls him over on the side of the road is, "I know I wasn't the best babysitter to you." And then when he
Right.
comes to the house, he's, like, apologizing, and he's like, "I swear I've never done that again to anybody else." And I was like, "Okay, so, like, we clearly know what happened here just
I don't
by
know about
what he's
clearly, I
saying."
was trying to put it together the whole time, I'm like, "What did you do?"
No, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened. And,
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
diddled him.
he just diddled him when he was babysitting him, and he even said it like, I feel like it was a power thing, and, like, I don't know, I was going through some stuff, I felt really low about myself, like, he really set it up to me
Is
that
that
that's
funny
the type.
for a police officer to say? Like, "I'm sorry for the power trip that I
Yeah,
had.
and he's
Now
sitting in
I'm
a
a cop."
uniform,
Yeah,
and then, like, convinces you to give him cake.
yeah.
Like, no, it was I agree with you, not to beat a dead horse, but I agree with you, the ending was definitely not, in my opinion, what it should have been. I feel like they built up such a great amount of suspense of you don't know if she's an alien or not, and that alone has driven multiple people in this movie crazy. And for them to just be like, "No, he was right, actually." And maybe it was a call on conspiracy theorists. Maybe it was they seem crazy, but maybe they're right, and they're just the type of people that you're meant to not believe,
There's
you
my
know?
parallel to the Wrath of Becky, dude.
I tied
The
it in.
group of people, that she kills in the Wrath of Becky are, like, these extreme, like terrorists that
Mhm.
all met online. And so I put together, like, because she calls him out, in Begonia, and it's like, "I think you're in this, like, echo chamber
Right.
thing, like, where you just are believing this because you're only talking to other people that also believe it kinda thing, like, on these
Mhm.
internet channels, whatever." And so I was like, "This guy and these guys are kind of, like, in the same
Yeah.
category, just different
Yeah.
echo chambers, just like but that you only get with a group like that when it's the only thing that you hear."
And algorithms are so good nowadays that you don't realize how different your timeline looks to everybody else's. You think you're
Mm.
all being fed and shown the same thing, and it truly becomes an echo chamber to you, regardless of what your interests are. It's like
No, it's true.
you see it and you think the internet looks the same to everybody, and it really doesn't. And I don't know who directed Begonia. I saw the name, but I don't recognize the name from any other movies. Um, but I also
I don't
think
remember.
going off of that, it's an interesting time to have a movie like that come out with
Mhm.
the idea of aliens and conspiracy theories and all this stuff becoming more to the forefront in kind of the same vein of, okay, we're finding more things that could be true, and we're in an age that, if it were true, it'd be much harder to hide. And yet there's still this shroud of mystery of, are people who truly believe just crazy? And I think it's an interesting piece to speak about where we're at as a society in some ways, to be like, what conversation are we having? And what side of the fence are you on? And are these
That
people
you're
that we
right.
look at that you're right? You might be right, and they might be
You
right.
might be right.
And, everyone calls you crazy because you look crazy, depending on how deep in you get to it, but you might be right. And you might have the right ship, and you might know the different species, and, like, who knows? And I think it's kind of a cool movie to bring out in 2026, for sure. For that alone, I think it's kind of a cool conversation piece. But overall, was it the best?
Overall, I'd
No.
say this movie was fine. If
Yeah.
anything, I liked the watching the Becky movies more. I had a more fun time with
Shout
the
out to
Becky
the
movies
Beckys.
than this. Yeah, to the Beckys. This movie, I don't know. I it had potential to be more interesting than it was had it stuck the landing, but it didn't.
I agree. I agree
So,
100%.
yeah,
So,
that's
all that to
kinda
say, I'm kind of in the same boat as Garrett was with the Beckys. Would I tell people go run and watch it? No. If you're interested in it and you wanted to see it, I wouldn't tell you not to watch it. But
right.
because I think there's a lot that you can like about this movie. The ending just wasn't the direction I would have gone, but I respect the concept, and I think they did a lot of things well, for sure.
Would you nominate this movie for Best Picture? No!
No, I mean, even compared to the movies we've mentioned previously that are nominated, again, I haven't seen all of them on the list. It's kind of a slow year to me,
It made me
but
respect Sinners being nominated for Best Picture more
yeah,
because I was
yeah,
like, it
comparatively.
deserves to be there more than this one.
No, for sure, for sure. And I don't think it can be in a conversation of winning, and I wouldn't have nominated it myself. But I kind of said the same thing about Marty Supreme and Sinners. If this is the pool that we're going with, we need some better movies. Like there hasn't been a groundbreaking movie this year, clearly. Even though we haven't seen them all. I know we're still supposed to see Hamnet, and
I
we
know,
played the
I need to see
voicemail
it
on that.
before it leaves theaters, dude. I don't know how much more time I have.
I don't know. I tried to look at it for this past weekend actually, and it wasn't playing in the theater that I go to anymore. So I might have missed it out here, to be honest with you.
Fuck. Okay, I gotta
We got to
figure
check
it
on
out.
that. But with that, I'm going to pass the sugar, my friend, and we are going to stay on the topic of movies all day today. But I have a short game for you.
Okay.
And that game is I've seen a trend over the last couple months of people trying to guess the top 10 movies of all time in the 21st
Mm.
century. And there's been a lot of lists. The one most common that I've seen is the New York Times. So we're going to go with that one. And
Wait,
you,
did you say 21st century? It's only movies that have been made in the 21st century?
I believe so. Let me confirm that for you because I know that takes out a lot of movies.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, that's everything is just 2000s on.
Let's see.
I gotta start brainstorming though. I'm thinking. I have an idea of what would be there like instantly.
Yeah, since the year 2000. So I'm sure they've done more lists in the
Oh.
past, but this, as of June 23rd, 2025, is when they dropped this list, and it's just the 21st century.
Oh, that really changes the game because I was
Mhm.
like, I was gonna start throwing out the like obvious ones that everyone puts on their list, like Citizen Kane. I still haven't seen that movie, by the way.
I haven't either,
Yeah.
but it
The
sure does.
Godfather, stuff like that.
But it changes the list a lot, but it also gives the opportunity for you to have seen a lot of these movies because we
Yeah,
were alive when all of these movies came out,
that's
even if we
true.
were really young. So it kind of gives you an advantage from that perspective that you're just thinking from 2000 to now. And I'm gonna give you. Do you want 20 guesses like we did for the SpongeBob game?
I don't know because we gotta leave time for
I
Porco
know.
Rosso. So yeah, yeah, okay. We could do 20 guesses for what top 10. I can try to make this quick.
Okay. Okay. Let's do it. So 20 guesses for the top 10 in no particular order. I wrote them in order, but you don't have to say them in order. What do
Okay.
you got?
I'm gonna go with my first guess, a very obvious, like one of the best movies to come out in the last decade. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, for one. I'm so sorry. That did
That
not make the
is
list.
ridiculous. Who made this list?
The New York Times.
Dude, fucking Time Magazine, New York Times, you guys just keep screwing me over. Okay, that's
I
ridiculous.
I'm gonna tell you now, as with the SpongeBob list, a lot of this is gonna piss you off. That already did, but some of the movies that did make the list are gonna make you upset.
Okay, give
Um,
me another one made in the last decade. That is one of the best movies of all time. Give me Blade Runner 2049.
0 for 2, my friend. I'm so sorry. I'm so, so sorry. 0 for
Okay,
2, that is 2 guesses down.
I'm
10 are
gonna I'm
still
gonna
there.
ask like some questions sometimes. Okay, like you could be loose with the hints, maybe.
Okay.
Uh, are there any superhero movies on this? Give me The Dark Knight.
I'm gonna have to say no to both of those. There are no superhero movies, and therefore The Dark Knight is not one of them.
This list is invalid. Totally invalid.
Let's see.
Oh my god. Okay. No superhero movies in the top 10. That's crazy. They've carried the genre.
It is a little crazy. To tie that back, The Dark Knight is number 28 on this list out of the top 100.
No. No. Okay, give me my favorite movie of all time. Give me There Will Be Blood.
There Will Be Blood is number 3 on this list. So you got one.
Cool. Give me another movie that came out the same year. Give me No Country for Old Men. That's 2007, by the way.
No Country for Old Men is number 6 on the list.
Okay. We're getting somewhere.
You're cooking a little bit, and you're on guess number 6, just so you know.
Tre, give me Slumdog Millionaire.
The momentum petered out really quickly, my friend. Slumdog Millionaire is not on the list.
I wouldn't put that in my top 10. I just remember what the hype was like when that movie came out. And when it won Best Picture, it was a big fucking deal.
For sure. I remember you saw that movie everywhere when it came out. Okay, guess number 7.
That was an educated guess.
Yeah. I can understand why you would want to put that on there. But don't play this for them. You can't get into their heads.
I have to get into their heads because they're clearly not in mine. Tre, are there any action movies on this? Give me Mad Max Fury Road.
Mad Max Fury Road is number 11 on the list, so you just missed out.
So close.
So close, my friend. I'm so sorry.
I'm impressed with how I'm doing right now, though. I think I'm doing pretty good.
It's not bad. You're on guess number 8, and you've gotten 2 out of the 10.
No. I'm not good with my score, but good at recalling movies that are good.
So for sure. Absolutely. I'm sure all of the movies that you have mentioned are on the list somewhere, because this is technically a top 100 list.
Are there any Christopher Nolan movies on this list? Give me Interstellar.
Interstellar is not on the top, not in the top 10 anyway. Let's see where.
Dang. Are there any Christopher Nolan movies on there?
I'm not sure. Possibly. You might have to go another guess.
Would I put any other Christopher Nolan movies on that list? Because Interstellar, I think, is the one that lists people really like.
Yeah. Interstellar is,
which I think is crazy because that movie drives me nuts. What's the only thing more powerful than gravity? Love. Fuck you. Are there any animated movies on this list? Give me Spider. Oh no, wait, nope. There are no superhero movies. Be quiet, Garrett. Give me Spirited Away.
Spirited Away is number 9 on this list. So you have 3 on the list.
Garrett. It is the only animated movie, isn't it?
It is indeed the only animated movie on this list is Spirited Away.
You guys are predictable as all hell. Predictable as fuck, New York Times.
I have seen Spirited Away as high as number 4 on some lists. I was actually surprised to see it just inside the top 10 because of how common it is. Going back to another guess, Interstellar is number 89 on their list. So they might agree with you a little bit on how they feel about that movie. Scrolling through that whole list to find Interstellar, there are some choices that are kind of crazy to put above Interstellar in my book, but it is on the top 100. So you are on guess 10 almost halfway through, and you have 3 down on the top 10 list.
That's really bad. That's way worse than the SpongeBob list.
I don't know, man. The SpongeBob list, you got it on your last guess. And the last one.
And I didn't even say some of my favorite episodes, dude. Stinky Breath, come on.
I know. Hey. There were some left on the table for sure. Okay.
I've been watching SpongeBob this week, just so you know. And there are some lines that, I just still get me. I have a new favorite delivery from Squidward. And it's the episode where Pearl comes to take over the Krusty Krab, with salads.
Yeah.
That episode?
Here you go.
He goes,
2
tell her how you
times.
really feel about this uniform, Pearl. These uniforms are great. And it cuts to Squidward and he just goes, fish paste. like as slow and angry as he could. It's great. Anyway.
So good. Okay.
Oh geez. Okay. Tre, give me The Departed.
The Departed is not on the list.
Damn it! Are there any Martin Scorsese movies on here? I feel like that would be the one.
Oh, geez. Let
The
me see.
Departed.
I'm on the website now. No. No, it's not looking like it.
Whew.
No, sir.
There's
No Martin Scorsese on there.
No Martin Scorsese in the top 10?
None.
What are you smoking at the New York Times? I need to go work there for whatever they're smoking. Not for the job.
Not for the job. Solely for that. Because clearly the groupthink is very strong.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Losing it. Mad Max really pissed me off, by the way. That should have made the 10.
You know, there is probably a few, but one in particular that's ahead of Mad Max that's going to absolutely drive you up a wall when you know what it is.
Give me the genre. Give me the genre of that particular film that I can be mad about.
I don't even know. Like, it's like a societal piece, I would say. It's one that gets a lot of hype that I don't even think I finished.
A society. We live in a society, Joker. There's no superhero movie. Stop it. I'm kidding. A societal piece.
Or a piece that kind of...
Back to the blinking.
Hmm?
I'm back to the blinking.
I know. I'm probably describing it wrong, but I can't... This will probably give it away too. The way I want to describe it would give away the title, or at least enough that you'll probably guess it. So I'm having a hard time describing the type of movie that it would be.
Okay. Let's get away from that one for a second then. And Tre, are there any comedies on this top 10?
No. At least from the movies I've seen and from the titles, I don't think so.
That's bananas. Superbad could be there. Tropic Thunder could be there. Dodgeball could be there.
Superbad is 100 on this list. It's dead last.
You, New York Times.
I don't even want to talk about it because we have to keep moving. But no, there is not. In fact,
take off that vest. You look like Aladdin.
There are 3 movies on this list that are not rated R. Not that can't be a sign of a comedy, but there are no comedies on this list.
But everything else is rated R, huh?
Yes. And you got one that was not, which is Spirited Away. There's 2 others that are not on this list, but the rest are all rated R.
Oh, Lord. I'm struggling. I'm struggling now. I gotta go like year by year. In my head. What's in my head? Better movies.
There is one that when it came out had one of the biggest positive responses that I remember in a long time for movies, and it is on a lot of lists that I see for movies.
Give me the year for that one.
That movie came out in 2019, so it's a bit more recent.
Well, shit, dude. I think the only thing I can think of in 2019 is what? Endgame? Avengers Endgame?
No superhero movies, so I'm not going to count that.
I know, no superhero movies, I know. 2019? 2019? What even happened in 2019? That's before the COVID.
Yeah, and I think that's partially why it blew up so much, because by the time it was out on streaming, we were in full pandemic and people had nothing else to do but watch it. And so it spread like wildfire. I'm going to give you a big
What
hint
did they watch?
because
I
I
watched
know.
Tiger King. Remember Tiger King?
Of course I do. Of course I do. Not I called for help twice, and not a fuck you. What do you need or nothing? I say that all the time.
I haven't thought about Tiger King in 5 years until just now.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, I'm going to give you a big hint because you got to keep moving.
Yeah,
You're
I
struggling
need
a
the
bit.
hints to start rolling.
On with that same movie, it was foreign made. If that helps.
Was that the year Parasite? Is that Parasite?
It is indeed Parasite, which is
Oh,
the
geez.
#1 movie on their list, by the way.
I probably should have thought of Parasite on my own, but to be fair, it was so good. I remember it being so good, and I only watched it like once, twice, maybe.
Yeah, same.
Like, it's not one that I go back to rewatch very often, and I wonder why. Because, like, I get that it's like a depressing tone, but I watch depressing shit all the time.
Yeah, I don't know why I haven't gone back and watched it either, but it was really good when it came out. For sure, I loved
Oh
it.
yeah,
I loved it all the way through.
Parasite's
So
super
yes.
good.
So you have 4 on the list, and you were on guess number 12.
I don't think I have any chance of making this happen. Okay, you gotta give me. If you give me a hint for each one, I might have a chance.
Oh, I don't know most of these movies, to be honest with you.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, I've only seen 2 of the ones left. I'm not the movie person, as we know. And you're probably going to be upset with me for not watching more of these movies, but you're not guessing them, so I feel less bad.
Well, yeah. I mean, I have to think of 26 years of
Okay,
movies
so
to pull from.
here's this. One hint I could give you is this movie was a genre switch from its director/writer, but it was a massive hit when it came out.
What do you mean by genre switch?
They had never done this genre before this movie. And a lot of people felt like they hit it out of the park.
Oh my god!
And they are not in the movie, but they are the writer and director of the film.
That makes me feel like, oh, it's Get Out.
Get Out indeed is number 8 on their list.
God damn it!
Um,
Get Out's really good. I
Get
don't
Out
know
is
if I would put
really
it.
good. And you know what? As I was scrolling
Top-
through, they put they have a few of his movies on here.
Yeah.
None of them hit like Get Out did.
Oh no.
Get Out is by far the best one. And I know it's not
Yeah, I
everybody's
agree.
favorite, and I don't understand how. I love that movie. I can't think of the alien one's name for whatever
Nope.
reason. Nope. I liked that one too. That was probably my second favorite of his movies, and I think I've seen them all.
No, Get Out is definitely the best one. Like the symbolism starts as soon as the movie starts. Like the whole thing was planned in advance, and it goes into the filmmaking of it, and that's what makes it separates it from from most horror movies to something that's smart.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Like it's a very smart horror movie.
It's amazing. Yeah. I love that movie so much. And that is one that I've watched a lot, and I will continue to. I love watching that movie. Okay.
Well, that gives away that you're only on this podcast because I hypnotized you.
For sure. You offered
Yeah.
me tea one time, and for whatever reason, now I'm on this podcast.
No, we met like last week, dude. I don't know you. You've been my best friend for 25 years.
25 years.
Yeah, exactly. 25 years.
Okay, so you have 5. You're halfway through the list, and you're on guess 13.
The hints are helping because I am obviously getting there once like we have the little talk.
So, okay, we're gonna go back to one that I was trying to give you hints for before. I said it was a
societal movie
piece. I want you to think of probably the biggest change in our society in the last 15 years, 10, 15 years.
9/11.
Well, okay, maybe biggest is the wrong term.
The biggest change in any history.
In a technological sense. And
no, please tell me that this is not some movie where they invent the iPhone or some shit. Is that what you're referring
closer.
to?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's horrific. That's gonna make me angry. Is it inventing a phone?
Like I said, I don't even think I finished this movie, to be honest with you.
Is it inventing a computer? What's it inventing? It's about them making something?
It's about making
Is it a
something.
biopic? This is based off a real story?
Yes, it is.
No, already wrong. It's just get it off the list. All of those movies are always bad. Are you kidding?
I'm not. It's probably the most famous one. It was really popular when it came out.
The most famous one? They all suck. Am I gonna hear this and be like, "Oh, that's a good movie"?
I don't think so. I wouldn't. Like I said, I started it. I tried. I didn't finish it, but we've never talked about this movie.
Like, I'm at a loss because I really don't want to waste guesses right now because if I say like the Steve Jobs movie, Jobs or whatever it was called, I'm like, that's wrong because that movie was so bad. So I don't want to wait. Oh, wait. Is this The Social Network?
It is indeed The Social Network
Oh,
at number 10.
Trey. I take it back. That movie is so good.
You think so?
Trey, no, you need to go back and watch it again. I'm so sorry that I just like went on that rant. That is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I don't know, man. It took you this long to
I
think
should
of
have
it.
thought of it. I
I'm
should
not
have thought of it
convinced.
myself. I'm actually very disappointed. But The Social Network is great. That is a great movie. I'll watch it with you. Let's watch it on Discord and I'll tell you every reason why I think it's great.
Okay, if I can get to the end, I'd be impressed.
The end is the best part.
I got like halfway through and I was like, I'm gonna go do something else, but I'm willing to give it another
I think
shot.
you didn't give it a fair shake. That is a story and a movie about a guy who has no friends making Facebook. The whole thing is about making friends, and he throughout the movie cannot make a friend. It's so good.
Well, they thought so as well. It is number 10 on their list.
Let me just say, if I was in Begonia, Mark Zuckerberg, you would be the first person I kidnap, and like you're an alien, and like
He's an
just
Andromeda.
dissect them. Yeah.
That's so funny. All right. Well, we are.
Hey, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That was good.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't have any hints for the rest of these movies. I've never seen any of these movies.
Oh,
so
fuck, dude.
you're a
You
little
gotta
on
give
your
me
own.
something
on
though.
this one.
Look it up. Look up the year it came out and who directed it. Something like that.
Okay.
That usually puts me in the right direction.
We'll go in order. So
okay.
This movie came out in 2001.
Or I gotta tap out. Should I just tap out and say I lose?
You could.
I want.
Let's try one
Let's
more.
go through a little bit of guesses, hints.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with a movie that I've heard of a lot and I haven't watched it, rather than one that I've never seen and didn't really hear about. So this movie came out in 2004, and it was directed by Michael Gondry.
That doesn't help me at all.
Nothing.
2004.
It is starring Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet.
Aha! Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind,
Eternal Sunshine
which is a fantastic movie. Yeah, see, if you give me that kind of stuff, I'm gonna get it.
That was number 7 on their list.
Yeah, man, I should be pulling these out of my own head, though. I'm just like struggling to go through the history of film right now.
Yeah.
But yes, Eternal Sunshine, I think deserves to be there. So good job, New York Times. I'm proud of you.
This movie came out in 2016.
Okay.
It was directed by Barry Jenkins.
God, who are these fuck ass directors making these lists?
And it was starring Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali. Okay.
Thank you. And
this is Moonlight.
This is Moonlight.
Yeah. See, got it. As soon as I get just the little tidbits, I'm there, dude.
You're
Moonlight,
there. Okay.
Would I put Moonlight in my top 10 of all time?
And Moonlight is number 5.
No?
So it's 2 above Eternal Sunshine for a Spotless Mind and 1 above Country for Old Men.
Oh, no.
It's pretty high on the list.
No, I don't think it could possibly make like a top 25. I'd probably give it somewhere in there.
Okay, it
But
made
not
top
top 10.
5, dude. They have it up there. They
It's
have
a
it
good
way up
movie.
there.
It's good. Like, I don't know. It's yeah, whatever. But I got it.
Okay, this movie. Oh, this one might be 4 and 2. It came out in 2000, and it was directed
Shit.
by Wong Kar-wai, and it starred
Okay.
Maggie Chung and Tony. I can't pronounce that last name. Long Chu Wai. Tony Long Chu Wai.
Fuck me. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
No. Okay, we'll come back to that one. We'll come back to that one because you only have this one and one more on the list.
Okay.
So
2000.
this next
A
movie came out.
2000 foreign film made the list? That is unheard of.
I don't know. Just off the name, I'm saying it's foreign. It might not be. It might be completely American. The next movie on the list came out in
You just killed me
I'm just
there.
gonna move on. It came out in 2001, and it was
Okay.
directed by David Lynch, and it's starring Naomi Waters, Laura Herring, and Justin Theroux.
Shit. David Lynch. My sister is way more of a David Lynch fan, so she's actually gonna crucify me. Did he direct Blue Velvet? Is that what that is?
It's not Blue
No?
Velvet. He might have, but that's not the movie we're talking about.
Oh man, Kristen loves David Lynch. I'm so screwed.
She's probably screaming the name at her screen right now, wherever she's watching this.
Yeah.
You do have the option to tap out with these last two if you so choose.
Yeah, I know. we're cooked here. All right. Go back.
Okay.
Do the other one. Go back.
They have a synopsis, kind of. Did you want like the summary? Is that too much of a hint?
I know
There's
because
nothing else to give you. I mean, this is all I got.
I know. I think
So-
I think I have to. I officially tap out.
Okay, so at number 2 on this list, number 2, mind you, they have Mulholland Drive, directed by David Lynch.
Yeah. Okay. I would not put that in my top 10, but I definitely should have thought of Mulholland Drive. Kristen's gonna kill me. My
And at
bad.
number 4, inside the top 5, above Moonlight, they have In the Mood for Love.
I've
Correct.
never heard of that movie.
I haven't either.
Okay.
So
Then it's good I tapped out. Because yeah, no, I would have had no shot there. In the mood for love?
In the Mood for Love at number 4. And it's funny because they have their meta score, which I'm guessing is like a combination of all the ratings it's had over the years. I'm not sure how that score is made, but they have that at number 4 with an 87 meta score, but Moonlight at number 5 is a 99 meta score. So like I'm not sure.
There's some bias happening here at the New York Times. I think
yeah, because Mulholland Drive has an 87 and then Parasite has a 97, which is still lower than Moonlight. Moonlight's the highest metascore on this list, and yet it's only in the top 5. So I'm not sure where this list came from. Tell us down in the comments how many of these you agree with, and I can read them from the top. So from 1 to 10, we have Parasite, Mulholland Drive, There Will Be Blood, In the Mood for Love, Moonlight, No Country for Old Men, Eternal Sunshine for the Spotless Mind, Get Out, Spirited Away, and last but not least, The Social Network is Time Magazine's, or New York Times, sorry, top 10 list of the 21st century.
yeah, there are enough there that I say deserve to be there where I'm like, I don't know, maybe they just pick their own favorites at the end of that list, but like, I'd put Social Network, There Will Be Blood, No Country for Old Men, Spirited Away, Eternal Sunshine. Those all belong.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't seem to disagree with as many as you thought you would.
I disagreed with plenty, though.
Yeah.
Mad Max should have made the list.
Mad Max, would you put Mad Max over The Social Network?
No, I'd put Social Network higher than it was.
Okay. 'Cause I was
10?
going to say Mad Max is 11. So they put Social
No,
Network just above.
no. Yeah, Social Network I would put even higher. Man, I can't believe how, like, negative you were on that. I gotta sit down with me. You gotta watch it with me. I
I'll
I
give it
know so
another
many
chance.
things about that movie. It's so good.
I'll give it another chance, but I was not a fan the first time I went through it. Okay, that was a fun game. I always like making you sweat a little bit, and you did pretty good. We had to get some hints, but I was impressed by just the few little bits that I would give you, especially directors and actors and actresses, that you were able to get a lot of those for sure.
Yeah.
Um, so with that, we are going to pass the sugar one more time, my friend, and finish up with our series that we are doing right now on the Studio Ghibli movies. And today we are covering none other than Porco Rosso, the red pig himself. Buddy, we have an adventure to talk about today. Man, oh man, when Miyazaki says we're going on an adventure, he means it, and this one was a lot of fun. Um, why don't you start us off? Let's get into some
Tre
fascist history.
Yeah. Trey, as a kid, this is one that I, like, got swept away. I don't know if maybe, like, a dub came out later or something, but, like, like I said, I watched Nausicaa, Castle in the Sky, Spirited Away, those and Kiki's were, like, the early ones that I watched,
Mhm,
okay?
mhm.
And this one, I did not get to watch this until much later in my life. But that's probably a good thing because as an adult, I love this movie. I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
Um, we talked about Castle in the Sky and what a fun adventure movie that one is. And the stakes are world-ending stakes. The stakes are super high,
right,
right?
right. Like
Porco
literally,
Rosso,
humanity will be eliminated. Yeah,
yes, literally. Porco Rosso is also a fun adventure movie, but the stakes are non-existent, and I think that makes it even better. Um, like, this is so fun. Isn't this just such a fun movie?
it really is. And to your point, I love that they set up this scenario where the stakes could be really high. Like the whole
Sure.
time, everyone's like, "Get out of Italy! The government is coming for you. The military is coming for you, and you're gonna die." And
Yeah.
they take that and they spin it on its head and are just like, "No, we're just gonna have a good time, and you're just gonna enjoy the watch." And as soon as you start getting nervous, all of that is stripped away, and you just get to enjoy Porco Rosso for what it is and what he is and who he is. And he is just the quintessential cool character in an action movie. I
Yeah,
loved watching him as a character.
imagine if James Bond was a pig.
Yeah.
Like, I you know, like, I okay, so I think having the stakes be not really anything, uh, elevates this movie for me because I like when a story is just about, like, one lesson. And this is a story where Porco Rosso just gets marginally better as a human being, as a pig.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, all he learns in this movie is to respect women a little bit more than he does.
Just a
And
tad bit
it's
more.
like, way to go, Porco. Like, I I love that. I love that this is, yeah, like, we're one of the best line deliveries in this movie is when she's saying, "You're going to Italy? Like, you're gonna" they're on the phone.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, "You
yeah.
need to come back right now." And he goes, "Sorry, baby, gotta
Gotta
fly."
fly.
Fucking and then she, like, yells at him and whatever. I love that. But yeah, no, this movie is about respecting women.
Yeah.
That's all this movie is about.
Yeah.
Uh, Theo as the engineer is what, like, really accentuates that and makes it obvious that that's the lesson that Porco has to learn on this adventure, and it's implied at the end that he turned back into a human.
Yeah.
It's implied because the other pilot is like, "Let me see your face."
Mhm.
Like, "What was that?" Like, kinda thing. Uh, and I think that it's tied to being a better person and that he's not a pig.
For sure.
Like, when a man is disrespectful to a woman, he's a pig.
Yeah.
And so that's what, like, Porco is the whole time until he learns that lesson.
Well, and I also think, it was a great lesson for him, and Theo helped him learn this, that it wasn't his fault that he kept himself alive in the war. That I feel like
Mhm,
he also was a pig because he felt that he was only spared to suffer alone, and that he deserved to
mhm.
be alone because he wasn't there when his friends and comrades needed him most. He only cared about himself in that moment. And so he chose to lean into that and only care about himself. And that's why everything was like, I only do this for a paycheck. I don't do this for anybody. And it was like, you could almost tell that he didn't believe that, but he felt like that's all
Mhm.
he deserved. And so he leaned
Yeah.
into that character and that archetype. And I felt like through his relationship with Theo, he learned that it's okay to go through these tough situations and that wasn't your fault and you're worth more than that. And that's why people love you, is that you're more than the situations and the things that you've been through. And that doesn't make you a terrible person just because you went through this awful thing and you happen to be the one to survive. Right.
Man, you just reminded me of my favorite scene in this movie, which is it goes even further beyond, and this might be one of my favorite scenes in a Miyazaki movie, period.
Hmm.
And it's where he's going up to heaven and
Yeah.
all of his other pilots are going up to like that big jet stream of pilots
And
in the
even his
sky
enemies.
because they're
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
It's
It
beautiful. Is
really
that not
is.
one of the most beautiful things that you've ever seen?
No, for sure. It's funny you say that because I was in bed watching this movie last night. And
Uh,
when he was telling that story, I was like, oh, this is a really cool story. And then when he got to that part, I sat up in bed and I was like,
yeah.
oh, I'm sat. Like, I need to watch every single piece of this movie, every single second. I have to take it in because it took a big turn. And,
Mhm.
the whole time you're thinking to yourself, okay, how did he become a pig? Right? Because
Yeah.
you see it when she's falling asleep that
Mhm.
she sees his face and you know that his name is Marco. And so you know that something happened. And so the whole time you're like, okay, where did that happen? And I was waiting for that story. And it was such a really beautiful and cool depiction of going to heaven and what that kind of purgatory-esque state would look like. Um, and again, you would think that that would be an awakening for him to feel so lucky and grateful and live his life a better way. And it was actually the opposite for him. For so many years now, he's felt like it was his punishment, that
Yeah, it was
he's the
like
one who was
guilt.
left behind. Right. And all these great people died because of him and because he didn't
Yeah.
do enough. And so he just wanted to live for himself. And, we kind of get into this in the end most of the time, and I'm sure we'll circle back to the rest of the movie. But it made me think about our conversation of Miyazaki as a man and following this journey, right? And I definitely think that respecting women is a big part of that. And I think it was a timepiece that was very appropriate to bring something like that up because it was set in a time that they didn't respect women. And to
Yeah.
have his entire team of engineers that built his plane be all women, and I thought there was really cool touches in there that spoke a lot
How
to
funny
that.
was, "This is my cousin, this is her daughter, this is her
Yeah.
cousin, this is her daughter, this is" yeah, like, just going through everyone, "This is
Right,
my aunt,
and they're all women.
this is my wife's my friend's wife," like, it doesn't even matter, it's just, like, he's listing everyone, I love that part.
No, it's so good, and I think, it also made me wonder, was this and going back to our conversation about Kiki's and having the idea of, like, the immense pressure of being Miyazaki and the immense pressure of doing this for a living now and needing to produce these masterpieces each and every time, and how much of a drag that must have been, and all the things we hear about the different depressions he went through and how hard his career was. I wonder if he, at some point, felt like Porco, where he
Yeah.
only focused on the success of him and his business,
Mhm.
and he locked in so hard that I wonder if this was a piece about how his relationships changed and how he felt about himself in looking at
Yeah.
his success thus far in and being like, was it really worth it? Do I deserve to be happy? Does the
Yeah.
success
No,
even
I
matter to me if I'm alone enjoying it?
I really appreciate that perspective, that was something I'm the one that's been trying to, like, poke and remind us that this is the journey of a man, but when I watch Porco Rosso, I turn my brain off and just like, funny funny
Yeah, funny
plane.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. This is a one that I really like watching with Jack. So, like, because it's just like, look, he's a pig and he's flying a plane, the
Yeah.
2 things that Jack really likes. So, it's just fun. Uh, I don't know, and I also this takes me back to some of my favorite kind of movies, and you know that, like Indiana Jones, and like, it's one of those adventure movies set in the World War II time. If anything, when I think of Miyazaki, I think about how often his hatred for war really comes up, and so like
Mm,
Porco is also a reflection on that, where he, um, because of his experiences fighting and everything, has now turned to being like this scumbag.
yeah,
So it's like, this is what war does to people.
right.
Um, it turns them all into pigs, and so I don't know, that was, and he loves going to World War II settings, and he loves planes, like those. That is very big Miyazaki things.
Yeah,
Uh, and we're gonna get to even more things. This isn't even the last World War II plane movie on this list. Uh,
I'm excited.
but man, um, yeah, no, Porco has really grown with me to the point where you're gonna be shocked at where I put it on the ranking, and it's just because I don't know, it's really grown on me recently.
It's
It's one that I put on more often.
a really good movie, and I think it's a very well balanced movie. There's comedy in it, there's heartfelt moments in it. The action is amazing. The dogfight
Mhm.
scenes are so well
Yeah, where
animated.
the G-force is
Oh
pulling
my
on their
gosh.
faces,
Yeah, and they're just
and
like
the sweat
barely
is
holding
flying off
on.
of them.
I
Yeah,
it's so good, and like even just leading into the boxing scene, which is hilarious, but having both of their guns jam at the same
yeah.
time, and they refuse to make it a draw, and they have to figure out a winner. I mean, it's so funny. Yeah, it's so good. And like they're like bruised and battered, and they're like missing each other and swinging for the fences, and they have,
The other pirates were hilarious, by the way. I wanna bring that up. Like, they're funny all the way through.
yeah,
The other
definitely.
pirates that are around, and, like, when they go to take the picture with Theo and the one guy just and they're
Yeah.
all down and
And he's
it's
just
just
like
him and
smiling.
Theo.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
No, there's so many good moments. I mean, I love Theo as a character too. I love her for a lot of
Yeah,
reasons. I love her pride in being a seaplane captain and her making everyone else, even though they're pirates, have pride in what they do. And
yeah,
suddenly the dogfight is so well organized. They're like
yeah.
these criminals the whole
It's like
time,
a
and suddenly
rally.
there's rules, and they have like a referee, and they do like all this stuff, and there's like
They do
suddenly
throw a bomb into the crowd, but that is pretty funny.
right. They're like, quiet. Like, it's like, the whole thing is just really, really well done. And it's a fun movie for so many reasons. And I feel like we've kind of had Miyazaki movies so far that are on either side of the spectrum of either super adventurous or really chill. You just throw it on in the background when you need something
Yeah,
on. And this has a lot of elements of both of those things. And I feel like there's something in this movie for everybody. There truly is. I feel like I could show this to just about anyone in my life and they'd appreciate it for one reason or another. I like this movie a lot. I know I'm keeping my list private this time and we'll get to yours, but
yeah.
I really liked this movie.
No, I think it does contain my favorite quote from a Miyazaki movie ever. "I'd rather be a pig than a
I'd
fascist."
rather be a pig than a fascist.
Huge. Yeah, well done, sir. Well done, Porco.
Claps all
Um,
around. So,
alright,
going to
well,
your
I
list.
will let you know, this was so I've been coming on to the podcast not really knowing where I was gonna put it on the list, for the last several movies. It's kind of like I'm making my decisions as we talk it out, right?
Yeah. Do you have yours written down? I was going to write yours down right now.
Oh,
So
you
I could.
should. You should write it down.
Okay. We can go
Uh,
back in order to see where everybody lies for now. But
yeah.
where are you putting
Um,
Porco?
but today I came in pre-prepared to put it in this spot because I was so confident about that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting Porco Rosso at my number 3 spot.
Wow.
Mhm. I came prepared to put it in there, and I might have to do some shuffling later down the line, but I'm saving that shuffling for other movies. Porco, you're staying at number 3. Period.
That's a high spot, man. We got a lot of movies to get through.
I really have been liking Porco Rosso more and more every time I watch it, dude.
Porco,
It is
I
it is
can't
one
blame
that I
you.
feel like not enough people are talking about with the Miyazaki conversations. It's real easy to just jump straight to, wow, Spirited Away is really good. No shit, it's really good, but you should watch Porco Rosso.
You should watch Porco Rosso. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
100%.
All right, man. Well, number 3, Porco Rosso, you heard it here first. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of another episode of the Sugarside Podcast. We covered a lot today. I know this is one of our longer episodes, but I really like when Garrett and I both are prepared for the conversations we have. I feel like that's a lot of fun. And games are always fun. And the Studio Ghibli series has been a lot of fun. And we're just getting started. So if you have seen the Becky or the Rack of Becky.
Wait, what Ghibli movie is next?
I believe
in order. Is it Princess Mononoke?
I believe it's Princess Mononoke.
Ooh.
Yeah, I believe it's Princess Mononoke. Let me confirm that.
That's a good one.
It's Princess Mononoke. Sorry, I was looking at Studio Ghibli movies first that weren't all Miyazaki movies. So there were some thrown in the middle.
This might be one of the bigger gaps in his career. He finished Porco Rosso came out in 1992.
And this is 97.
And Mononoke came out in 97, which is one of the bigger year gaps between movies that he's made.
Well, and kind of crazy between that and Spirited Away, there's another 4 years. I know this is 5. But
the big gap are on the last 2 movies. The Wind Rises came out in 2013, and The Boy and the Heron came out in 2023. So that's a 10-year gap.
Yeah, so we got Princess Mononoke.
But he's retired like 5 times. So, I mean, we're always ready for a new Miyazaki movie.
Absolutely. So Princess Mononoke is next, which I am excited about.
Have you seen that one?
I have. It hasn't been that many times, but I have seen it before. It won't be my first time. But I'm excited to watch it again from this perspective, especially in comparison to the other movies that we've watched.
Yeah, I mean, now that we've like gone in order too, we've got like where is he at when he makes Princess Mononoke, which is going to be a cool talk.
Yeah, definitely. All right, friends, family, loved ones, anonymous acquaintances. This has been another episode of the Sugarside Podcast. Random encounters on the internet. We love them all. If you have seen either of the Beckys, let us know what you think. If you haven't watched them, go watch them. Same with Begonia. Let us know, especially with that being up for Best Picture. Is that crazy? Are we crazy for thinking that's crazy? And if you have your arguments, it's crazy, but we can still talk about it in the comments. And definitely tune in next week when we give our review of Princess Mononoke. I'm excited for this one. It's been a lot of fun as always. Garrett, my best friend, I love you. I appreciate you. And I appreciate all of you out there. I had to catch you before somebody else did. I've been Tre. That's been Garrett. We will catch you on the next one. Have a good rest of the day, everybody.
Go take a nap.